So we're still finishing things up, getting ready for Refuge Hunting Camp, starting the week of Thanksgiving here in Jasper County. But this past weekend was our annual trip to Amite County, where Old Big Boy Hunting Club with Landon Moore hosts a big community hunt. And we're just glad to be a part of that. It's really incredible to see over the past few years what God's doing in Amite County, and we're glad to be a part of that, and really excited for where it seems like God's taking things development-wise in Amite County with Landon and with Chase Reynolds, with Michael Johnson, with just the really solid crew that's over there kind of leading the charge. And it's just really encouraging to see what God's up to over there, and we're expecting some really exciting things. But these days start Saturday morning early. Landon kind of gets everybody together and coordinates and organizes and does logistics for who's going where. We had over 50 youth hunters, so there were hunters everywhere. They come back in that morning after hunting and tell stories, and had an incredible breakfast there that Michael and Chase had made and got together, and then we go shoot clays. And I don't know how many rounds we shot, but it's always mind-boggling how many rounds they can go through in Amite County on clay throwers and shotgun shells on a Saturday in just a few hours. We also had the archery range go and had that set up. Just great to see these young guys jumping in and shooting. Some of these kids, it was their first time to shoot a shotgun, first time to shoot a clay, and then we had them all the way up to teenagers that have been shooting for a number of years. It's just incredible. Although we only go a couple times a year, just to see these guys grow up, and you get to know them, and just a special thing. But after that, they come and they eat lunch, and then they go hunt that afternoon. And we get to sit around and visit and prepare for everybody to come back in. And what an afternoon they had. It was immediate with getting phone calls of, there's a deer down over here, there's a deer down over here. This young girl killed a really big deer. It was non-stop action in the afternoon over in Amite County. They started coming in, rolling in that evening with deer, and the stories that they tell are priceless.
We were sitting in the blind. I watched the spike come out, and I told him, Daniel told me to let it walk, and I didn't want to shoot a spike. And then I saw this one come out, and I was like, I'm not gonna let two deer walk at the same time. It started running away, stopped, and then ran away, and he met at it, and it turned around and looked at us, and I pulled the trigger after that one.
After them four crossed over, like they were getting spooked. So I just went ahead and shot her.
Yeah, no doubt. Then you made a great shot. What kind of gun are you shooting?
6.5.
Yeah. Did she run off? Did she fall?
She jumped, and then she started running like a wheelbarrow.
Like a what?
A wheelbarrow.
I can honestly say I've never seen a wheelbarrow run. Okay, yeah.
I was just playing on my phone, and then I looked up and like out the window, and there was a deer at like 400 yards-ish.
Far.
He was pretty far out. And then he started walking in, and he came in the lot, in the patch. We just shot.
I think there were 4 or 5. It was their first deer kill ever. We did get to hear some of those stories, and we did get some of them to start talking to us. It's just a great time in creation. The things that we push, we preach, we want to practice is just enjoying creation. It's fathers and sons, fathers and daughters, family time together. After they come in, we share an incredible meal. We're really close to Cajun country in Amite County. So Landon had some guys that cooked some jambalaya, and it was outstanding. Everybody ate, enjoyed the time there. And then we always have a time where we want to share really how God has designed all of this to point us to God's grace in Christ. So we gather up on the front porch of the Old Big Boy Hunting Camp, and there's 100+ people standing out there, sitting out there listening, and we share a devotion. And so what we teach and what we push all the time is this reminder that God's given us this day as a gift to enjoy. It's that we're responsible for this day. We're responsible for these grounds as we manage them, as we hunt them, but we're also responsible for our own lives. right? But also, when we have the opportunity to harvest deer and kill deer like right over here, it's incredibly fun and it's so much fun to celebrate. But it's also a constant reminder that death brings life. That death brings life. God was the first hunter in all of creation because of sin. And He made a substitute so that we could know Him. That's why we do what we do. And so that's our message, and we continue to push that, and that's what we want to be clear on. Another thing that made this Saturday special was they wanted to begin to raise some money in Amite County for some future ministry expansion in Amite County. So they had the idea of having an auction that night. And they auctioned off some incredible items, just some really neat things that have been donated and really a part of what they were doing there. And then we had a gun that we purchased, and then we had it engraved. And there was a young man that was special to all of us, Doc McGaw, that was 14 years old, died a couple of years ago, and he was just an incredible young man. We remembered him really growing up. We remembered him at every camp, and he died tragically a couple of years ago. And so we had a gun made, and we had it engraved in his name and in his honor, and we auctioned it off. And all of that money goes to helping really expand ministry and outdoor ministry and really rain down's footprint there in Amite County and in that part of the country over there. So it was just an exciting night. It was really neat to be a part of. It's just great to see what God's doing, and really encouraging just to be a part of. So it's great. As always, it was great. Now we're back here in Jasper County, and we're rolling, trying to wrap things up, getting ready for our first group of hunters. And just stay tuned, because it's going to be a great season.